So while it's natural to feel some level of jealousy in a relationship, excessive jealousy or possessiveness can be unhealthy and may indicate issues with trust or insecurity. By excessive, I mean a person who will reprimand you for smiling too much with men or women. Are o smile too much. I get to whether you turn to or cry or run away. I don't know. Or you shouldn't speak to certain people. Like now you are supposed to speak to Funi, but you can't speak to Pardon and you can't speak to Franz, but speak to Linda. I mean, you're not a kid. We're not teaching you whom to speak to and whom not to speak to. So that's a red flag. There are partners who will tell you to stop talking to certain people with no apparent reason whatsoever. A person must have a reason as to why they require you to perform a certain act. If they can't, then it is for their own personal fulfillment at your expense. Those are narcissist vibes. We'll talk about narcissism some other time. Be careful of this one because your sadness becomes their happiness and they love being happy. So that means you will always be sad. These kinds of people are a danger to you and themselves. They are the kinds of people who would intentionally hurt themselves in order to see how you would react or to see you sad because they are hurt. This kind would lie about a situation, for example, and they are in hospital just so you can leave whatever you were doing out of concern for their well-being to go and help them. When you are on your way to help, they will tell you they are done at the hospital, now they are home. A rekile di-vitamins ko Discam. Ebele wena skep sell samodimo, you don't even read the labels or you don't even know the difference between prescribed medication and self-medication because o naive akere wena. Some partners, mainly men, would want their partners to even quit their jobs because other men will see them and want them. Jealous partners have trust issues. You do not need to do anything to lose their trust. It just comes automatically broken from the get-go, maybe from being hurt from previous relationships. These people have unearthed psychological issues that they need to deal with. They need to deal with these issues first before they can intimately commit to someone else. Women tend to recognize this behavior early on, but because we have a savior complex, we try to save him or change him. Unless you're a therapist, refer him to one. If he doesn't want to see his problem, then run. Disrespectful behavior. This could manifest in various ways, such as belittling comments, dismissive attitudes, or disregard for the other person's feelings and boundaries. Respect is essential in any healthy relationship. We all know how we want to be treated and spoken to. Every person is emotional in their own way before they become numb and accustomed to someone else's bad behavior. In the beginning of the relationship, you will feel every single pinch of hurtful words or behavior towards you. You are not yet conditioned to be immune to that person's bad behavior. Therefore, you can tell when a person's words hurt. Laughing it off will not help you at all because in the long run, your partner will expect you to continue to laugh it off. Do not try to keep the peace at your sanity's expense. If a person makes a mistake and instead of being apologetic and sincere about it and instead boast about whatever they did, you need to run. That person doesn't care at all about your mental well-being. Words can kill. You should also look at the way one treats their family members, people they have known their entire lives. How do you think they will treat you, wena whom they have known for 5 minutes? Lack of accountability. If one partner consistently blames others or refuses to take responsibility for their actions, it can be a sign of immaturity or an unwillingness to work through conflicts constructively. When you are wrong, you are wrong. Accept that, seek solace, apologize, mean it, and move on. You cannot say, I cheated, but it is because you blah, 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 blah. I what? Why am I being blamed for your ejaculation, Yana? I wasn't there when you were coming. I shouldn't be blamed for it. Accountability means you are willing to take full responsibility for whatever action you take. Full responsibility. If you are dating someone else, baby what, baby mama, it is a red flag when that person talks bad about their ex. It was because they share a human being and that bond will never go away. Remember, a relationship is a two-way street. When your partner talks about their ex's faults, they also need to identify their own faults. No one is perfect. It is healthy when one can also identify where they went wrong. With this kind, you will always be the bad person in the relationship. You will always be responsible for all the wrong things that happen, even the ones that are caused by them. What kind of household is it going to be? You will end up tiptoeing around because you do not want to tick them off and you are to blame. So run. Unresolved issues from past relationships. Hey, the baggages that people bring into the new relationships, hey? If either partner carries unresolved baggage or emotional wounds from past relationships, it can impact the current relationship dynamic and lead to difficulties in forming a healthy connection. Remember, John said all women are like that? So if you're dating someone who's going to generalize about how men or women are, you are part of that generalization. You are not excluded. There's nothing special about you. I honestly feel like exes should not be discussed at all. Ki ex. I'm not interested to hear about the other woman who has had you, by the way, and I am dating her reject or husband. You should never get into another relationship if you still have unresolved issues with your ex. You need to deal with your issues before hurting someone else, and this becomes a ripple effect where your partner now hurts someone else, and then it just goes on and on and on and on. If your partner keeps on talking about their ex, be it good or bad, it makes you their therapist and not a partner. Your partner is old enough to know that it is disrespectful to talk about past lovers with you. Comparing the two of you is the worst. If your partner keeps on praising their ex, then why are they with you? You are not better than what they are used to. Therefore, they will never love nor respect you more than the other person. So basically, you were just an alternative because they need to be fulfilled by you. Run. Inconsistency and unreliability. Yo, about John Abangezi. John promises is gonna come, John doesn't show up, no apology, nothing. If one partner frequently cancels plans, breaks promises, or fails to follow through on commitments, it can erode trust and create feelings of insecurity. I expect my partner to make time for me, break barriers to be with me. I want to rely on you because you are my better half. If you are never there, then what is the point of having you in my life? You are just going to be a burden to me because now I have to think and live my life for two people. I don't want to end up making excuses for your wrongdoings. When you are inconsistent and unreliable, you are a liar. Uratamaka.